Hey, how's it going, guys? It's Nate here, and today is Tuesday, March 1st, 2016, which means if you are interested in the United States presidential election, today is Super Tuesday, so happy politicking to you guys. But nonetheless, over the past couple of days, we've gotten a lot of new information regarding Call of Duty 2016. The next CoD title set to be released this November-ish, and be developed by Infinity Ward. So this information comes from both Activision themselves, as well as a little bit of a leak coming from a British gaming publication, but I'll cover that towards the end. So first, coming directly from Activision themselves, we get explicit confirmation that they will be revealing the new, air quotations here, ambitious Call of Duty releasing this November. On June 16th at E3, in partnership with PlayStation, Activision will release the Call of Duty 2016 gameplay reveal. So we are guaranteed to find out the next CoD title by at latest June 16th, which is nice, because we can all finally find out and get some damn closure on whether or not Ghost 2 will be released, which has me a little bit stressed, but not as much as it had me before, but I'll talk about that in a second. However, we should note that typically we find out the next Call of Duty title long before June. Oftentimes, the title will leak as early as like March, as was the case with Advanced Warfare. Sometimes Activision will ultimately decide to include a trailer during the NBA playoffs, so generally the reveal actually fluctuates. But if we don't see any gameplay or any reveal before June 16th, we are guaranteed to see it at E3. Another big thing to notice is in the Activision statement, they said that CoD 2016 at E3 will be revealed and brought by PlayStation. So Activision themselves won't actually have a booth at E3, which is interesting because it kind of says that they don't really feel like they've got enough other than Call of Duty to justify setting up a booth. I'm not sure. Activision doesn't have a lot of other titles per se that I think we should worry about, because usually if they were going to be releasing another Destiny or something like that, they would have gotten their own booth, but they don't have one, so it's likely that all Activision's really going to be releasing this year is Call of Duty 2016, which is rather expected either way. However, the big piece of information that we got was coming from a UK games magazine titled TM. So I'm just going to run through the gist of it with you. I won't read the entire article, but essentially a rather renowned British gaming publication published an article in which they talked about Call of Duty Ghost 2, and they presented it as almost as if it was fact, as if the game was certain to come out. And it's a little odd because a publication like this is it's a bit more prestigious than most. It's not your run-of-the-mill website that would just create a rumor or false leak like this for publicity. It appears that this was literally either a genuine leak or someone genuinely screwed up. It doesn't appear to be done for attention. These people are they're all I don't want to say they're like the UK Game Informer, but that's the best thing I could allude them to. But however, what I find weird about a Ghost 2 is that it seems rather risky that Activision would take one of their least well-received titles and try again with it and run that risk, because that title has utterly been rejected by almost the entire Call of Duty community. And personally, I guess I would be open to playing a Ghost 2, because to be quite honest, it is possible for the gameplay to get remarkably better. I remember World at War was not that well received by the community. It was a pretty lackluster game in comparison to the standard CoD 4 set. Yet after World at War came out came Black Ops 1, which was by every measure of the word the universal successor to World at War and everything but the title. And Black Ops 1, to me at least, was a much better game. I had a lot of fun with that one. So I personally do believe that gameplay could get a lot better, and that Ghost 2 could be a pretty viable purchase and could be a pretty enjoyable one. And as Black Ops has taught us, it doesn't exactly have to directly continue the storyline per se. It could do something like the Black Ops storyline has done, where they jump time spans. For instance, the Black Ops storyline starts off in the 1940s with World at War, yet we're already in the 2060s, so that's well over 100-year time span we're covering. It's a huge jump that, if need be, Ghost's successor could emulate very well. Perhaps the developers want to break away from the Rorik and Logan storyline, so they jump maybe 10, 20 years forward or backwards in time in an effort to accomplish that. It doesn't seem that infeasible. However, what does just seem like not a very good idea is for them to name the Ghost successor Ghosts 2, because Ghost just has such a negative stigma behind it in the eyes of the community. I don't think that would market it well. Now, that's not to say I don't believe a Ghost 2 successor could very well be coming. I just don't think it would be named Ghost 2. For instance, I keep alluding to the Black Ops storyline because it's just such a good example. World at War, very poorly received, yet Black Ops 1 was a direct correlation of the game. It was its successor by every measure of the word. It continued the same storyline and brought similar gameplay elements, yet they still named the World at War successor Black Ops 1 in an effort to break away from that very negative stigma that World at War possessed. So it's entirely possible that Ghost 2 will be called something different, like, I don't know, Call of Duty Green Ops. I don't know, that's a bad analogy. But you get the idea. They could name it something different while still carrying over the story and a lot of the gameplay elements. So I think a Ghost 2 successor is very much possible. I hope they don't name it Ghost 2, because I don't think that would market very well, and the community would greatly suffer as a result. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like if you liked, dislike if you disliked, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.